Alligator cracking, methodology and generation. The alligator cracking consists of interconnected cracks caused by fatigue failure of the asphalt concrete surface due to reparate traffic loading. It initiates at the bottom of an asphalt layer, where tensile stress and strain are highest under wheels loads, and propagates upward to the surface as longitudinal cracks. With continuous traffic, these cracks interconnected, forming characteristic patterns with pieces generally less than 0.5 meters in length. Now the quantification PCI assessment. The affected area is measured in square meters or square feet. If multiple severely levels exist within the same area, they should be recorded separately. However, if differentiation is not feasible, the entire area is rated at the highest severity level observed.
Bleeding. Exudación de asfalto. Bleeding is a surface distress characterized by a film of asphalt binder that migrates to the pavement surface, resulting in a shiny, glassy, and potentially slippery appearance. It indicates excess asphalt in the surface layer. Primary case: excessive asphalt binder content in the mix, over application of bituminous sealants, low air void content, high pavement surface temperatures, hot weather. Measuring criteria. Bleeding is quantified based on surface area effect, expressed in square meters or square feet. No deep measuring in is considered. When blading is recorded, polished aggregate should not be recorded in the same area. Severity levels. Low, slick blending visible only a few days, years. Asphalt does not stick, figure 1.4. Medium, asphalt slightly sticks to shoes, vehicles for a few weeks, years, figures 1.5. High, considerably stick to shoes, vehicles for several weeks, years, figure 1.6.
Block cracking is a type of distress in asphalt pavement characterized by interconnected cracks that divide the surface into rectangular pieces. These cracks typically range in size from 0.3 for 0.3 meters to 3 for 3 meters. The primary cause is the shrinkage of asphalt concrete in daily temperature cycles, which create a stress and strain cycles unrelated to traffic. Severity levels: low severity, medium severity, and high severity. Measurement: block cracking is measured in square meters or square feet if areas with different severity levels are easily distinguishable. They should be measured and record separately.
Bombs and sacks. Descriptions. Bombs are small localized upward displacements of the pavement surface. They are different from shouts in the showbeds are caused by unstable pavement. Bumps, on other hand, can be caused by several factors, including 1. Blocking or pulling of underlying PCC slabs in AC overlap over PCC pavement. 2. Forests have ice, lengths, growths. 3. Infiltration and buildup of material in a crack in combination with traffic loading, sometimes called tanning. Next, we will see the levels severity. 1. Low severity. 2. Medium severity. 3. High severity. Corrugation. Corrugation, also known as washboarding, is a series of closely spaced raids and valleys, occurring at fairly regular intervals, usually less than 3 meters along the pavement. The raids are perpendicular to the traffic direction. This type This type of distress usually is caused by traffic action combined with unstable pavement surface or vice. Next, we'll see the image with different levels severity. Just 1 low severity, 2 medium severity, 3 high severity.
Okay, good afternoon. In this presentation, we have depressions. Now, description. Depressions are localized pavement surface areas with elevation slightly lower than those of the surrounding pavement. In many instances, live depressions are not disabled until after rain. Now, depressions are created by settlements of the foundation soil are a result of improper construction. Depression causes some roughness and when deep enough or filled with water can cause hydroplane. Okay. Several levels. We have low, medium, and high. Low, we can see in the picture, and medium and high. The first picture is the low when we have of 13 to 55 millimeters. The medium is when we have 25 to 50 millimeters. And high is when we have more than 50 millimeters.
Joint reflection cracking occurs in asphalt surface pavement laid over a PCC slab and is caused by the thermal of moisture induced movement of the PCC slab beneath the surface. This distress is not related to traffic lighting, though traffic can cause further breakdown of the asphalt near the crack. If the pavement is fragmented along the crack, is considered spilled. Severity level. Low severity, non-file cracks less than 10 millimeters. Medium severity, non-file cracks between 10 millimeters and 75 millimeters. Y high severity, non-file cracks greater than 75 millimeters. Rolling refers to the dislodging of coarse aggregate particles from the asphalt surface. This stress might be caused by factors such as insufficient asphalt binder, poor mixture quality, insufficient compaction, segregation, or stripping. Severity levels. Medium severity, considerably loss of quartz aggregates greater than 20 particles per square yard or square meter, or cluster or missing a square aggregate are present. High severity. The surface becomes very rough and pitted with areas that might be completely removed. How measure? Raveling is measuring square feet or square meters of surface area. Mechanical damage caused by factors such as hot dogs, tire rents, or snow plows is considered a raveling.
Hi, John reflection cracking historically appeared on the surface or the flexible pavement over existing ground or cracking rigid base on the underlay pavement. They are because the contraction and suspension of the base material due to temperature change and traffic law. They are measuring basic on the strength, width, and severity on the craft. They are classified with low low labs 6 millimeters, medium severity 6 and 29 millimeters, and lithium severity greater 29 millimeters. They are evaluative visuality and throws methods shoot of the pavement condition PCIs. The process in the imaging shows engineering measuring longitudinal and traverse cracks in the flexible pavements using ruler and digital device visually and expansion and measuring to help assess the severity and extent of the cracks for subsequent analysis and maintenance. Hi, police aggregates is a polymer material that loses texture over time, reducing friction and increasing the risk of slipping. Is measured using the locker well texture which drags a locker well across with pavement to the evaluation three resting things. Another technique in the sound fact test A7ME 965 which analyze surface micro texture with sound as the slip number eons of the legs 13 indicate a dangerous surface requiring correction. Their state allows pavements affected to be assessed and accident prevention to be prevented. Showing misplaced deformation that occurs on the pavement surface characterized by undulation on transversal edges. It is measuring the visual impression and measuring of the depth of undulation aspect as to methodology, PCA methodology, ALSTD 6433. Definition: plastic deformation with transverse undulation is surface deformation with pushing or booking. Classification: low labs 11 millimeters, moderate 11 25 millimeters, severe greater 25 millimeters. Important: identify structural failure and safety in usual. Priorities: critical areas for intervention, application, high and main road, urban pavement, parking lots, and secondary roads.
Now we have the seven distress in asphalt pavement and is edge cracking. Okay, description: we have that edge cracks are parallel to and usually within 0.3 to 0.5 meters of the outer edge of the pavement. This distress is accelerated by traffic loading and can be caused by frost wicked. Base or surgrade near the edge of the pavement. The area between the crack and pavement edge is classified as revealed. It is broken up. Okay, we have three severity levels: low, medium, and high. In low, we can see in the picture a low or medium cracking with no breakout of revealing. In medium, we have medium cracks with some breakage and revealing. And high, we have considerable breakage or revealing along the edge. Okay.
The 9 point is land shoulder drop off is a difference in elevation between the pavement edge and the shoulder. The distress is caused by shoulder erosion sediment or by building up the roadway without adjusting the shoulder level. Measure for 6 level severity because is for left shoulder and right shoulder. For calculate the deduct values. Measure of cubic meters of mixed asphalt are nearly to 0.2 cubic meters, and the measure is doing with odometer in the width of the street or way. The 11 item is patching until cut patching. The key to controlling the action of the secret is to coordinate, guarantee balance, and maintain uniformity in the force acting of the script to obtain the wearing course without the required specifications. The finishers matching machine played it pre-sheet to have the mixture with textured open and dense gradation for hot mix. The hopper does not present wear and the material force the nodes to operate with 85% to the time must be half the secret. The second item is replaced by filler material.
Potholes. The methodology and generation consists that the potholes are bowl-shaped depressions in the pavement surface, typically with sharp edges and near vertical sides at the loop. They form due to depression to progression of high-severity alligator cracking, or as a result of material disintegration in the surface layer. The quantification PCI assessment potholes are contained and categorized separately based on severity, low, medium, or high. For potholes smaller than 750 millimeters, 30 in diameter, severity is determined based of both diameter and depth. If a pothole exceeds 705 millimeters in diameter, the total affected area is measured in square meters, and the equivalent number of potholes is calculated by dividing the total area by 0.5 square meters.
Railroad crossing. Railroad crossing defects are depressions or bumps around of between tracks or boats. In the following table, we see levels of severity for bottles. And one picture is low severity and second picture is medium severity and three picture is high severity.
Fitting distress is rooted, and we have the distinction is that a root is a surface depressions in the wheel paths pavement. Uplift may occur along of the size of the root, but in the main instance, roots are not stable only after a rainfall when the plants are filled with water. We have three severity levels: low, medium, and high. In low, we have the stress is 6 to 13 millimeters. In medium, we have that this distress is the 13 to 25 millimeters, and finally the high stress is when we have a distress to more than 25 millimeters. And how to measure this distress? Routine is measured in square meters of surface area, and its area is determined by the main depth of the root. The main root depth is calculated by a line in a straight edge across the root. Measuring its then assignment depth in millimeters. Okay.
And the 17 item for measure the PCI index is a slippage cracking. That item creasing shape cracks formed to the movement or slippage on the surface. It have cracks are creasing or half moon shaped cracks, usually transverse to the direction of travel, middle meters or feet with the odometer. Severity levels high have remover paces and medium areas with more crack in millimeters. The low severity is 99 millimeters or less. The medium severity middle 10 millimeters or less, and the high severity measure 40 millimeters or more.
Methodology and generation. Swell is defined by an upward bulk in the pavement surface, forming a long gradual wave exceeding 3 meters in length. It is often accompanied by surface cracking. This stress is typically caused by frost action in the subgrade or the expansion of high plastic clay soils. Now, in quantification, PCI assessment, the affected area is measured in square meters or square feet. Several is classified based on ride quality, low, medium, or high. Low severity swells may not always be visually apparent but can be detected by driving over the section at normal speed.
Weathering. Desgaste superficial. Weathering is the progressive wearing away of the asphalt binder and fine aggregate matrix due to, again, oxidation and environmental exposures. It typically results in a fade surface color, raw texture, and exposures of coarse aggregates. Primary cause: oxidation of asphalt binder, against of pavement surface, inadequate asphalt content or compactation, surface weather erosion, high solar radiation, and traffic wear. Measuring criteria. Weathering is measured based on surface area affected, expressed in square meters or feet. Severity levels. 1. Low. Slightly again beginning of fading and minor exposure of coarse aggregates. See figures 1.53. Medium. Noticeable loss of fine exposure of coarse aggregates up to 1/4 of their size. See figure 1.54. High exposure of coarse aggregates than 1/4 of their size. See figure 1.55.
PCA's calculation samples. For a cross section, the following data is collected. Is view slope variance slash area equal 120 ounces slash mile. C crack severity factor equal 0.2. P rack depth inches equal 0.3 inches. Root depth millimeters equal 7.6 millimeters. Using the formula, PCE equal 5.03 less 1.991 log 1 qui is view lex 1.35 c qui p lex 0.01 read PCU 503 lex 3.97 lex 0.69 lex 0.076 equal 0.220 294. Since the percentage is very low, let them to this pavement section requires immediate rehabilitation. Calculate the PCA's very poor. Scenario 2. Mile 1.6 kilometers. Section of highway is evaluated. The following data is collected. Is view slope variance slash ID equal 18 inches slash mile. Also the PCA's formula for flexible pavements. PCA is equal 5.03 less 1.991 log 1 plus is view lex 1.38 c plus p lex 0.01 rt. Exact this calculation of logarithm term and substitute values into equation. PCA is 0.374. PC value 0.0 1 very poor complete reconstruction requirement 0.374 PC values 0.0 and 1.